President Trump commands a sudden mid-flight change, his voice sharp with authority, but the pilot's unwavering refusal ignites a tense standoff. The quiet hum of Air Force One shifts to an uncertain silence. The cockpit, once a symphony of precision, now holds its breath. Two worlds collide. Major Daniel Carter sits in the cockpit of Air Force One, his hands steady on the yoke, his eyes scanning the instruments with precision. The hum of the engines fills the silence. Co-pilot, Captain Emily Hayes, doesn't blink, her focus sharp. Her mind locked on the radar. The plane soars at 35,000 feet, carrying the most powerful man on Earth. But something is about to change. The calm inside this cockpit is fragile. A storm is about to break, and it's not the weather that threatens to shake everything. The cockpit door creaks open. President Donald Trump steps inside. His presence fills the small space. Secret Service agents loom outside, their silhouettes barely visible. Trump is dressed in a sharp navy suit, his red tie perfectly in place. He adjusts his cufflinks. His expression is one of authority and something else. A quiet tension fills the air. What is he about to demand? Major Carter glances over his shoulder, nodding respectfully. "Mr. President." Carter says, his voice steady. "Good to see you, Sir." Trump raises his hand in a gesture of authority, his palm open, a faint smile on his face. "Major, I've been thinking," he begins, his tone carrying that familiar confidence. "We're flying over Ohio right now, aren't we?" Carter nods, his eyes flicking back to the controls. "Yes, sir. We're on course passing over Ohio." As we head to our scheduled stop, Trump steps closer, his hand still raised, his voice firm. "I want you to adjust the flight path. Let's do a flyover of Columbus. My supporters down there, they'd love to see Air Force One. It'll be a great moment, a symbolic gesture. They'll talk about it for years." The air in the cockpit thickens. Captain Hayes glances at Carter. Her eyebrows raise slightly, but she says nothing. Carter's grip on the yoke tightens, his mind racing. A flyover might sound simple, but Air Force One doesn't deviate from its flight plan. Not without clearance, not without considering security protocols, air traffic control, and a dozen other factors. He turns to face Trump, his expression calm but resolute. "Mr. President," Carter says carefully, "I understand the sentiment, sir, but I'm afraid that's not possible. We have strict safety and protocol regulations. A deviation like that requires prior approval from multiple agencies, and we can't risk any security concerns." Trump's smile fades, his hand lowering slightly. He leans forward, his voice dropping to a more intense tone. "Major, I'm the President of the United States. I'm telling you to make it happen. It's a simple flyover. My people deserve to see this plane. They elected me after all." Carter holds Trump's gaze, his jaw set. He's flown Air Force One for years, trained to handle pressure, but this is a test unlike any other. He knows the stakes. Disobeying a direct order from the president could have consequences, but compromising safety protocols could be catastrophic. He takes a slow breath, choosing his words with precision. Sir Carter says, his voice firm but respectful. "I have the utmost respect for you and your office, but my primary duty is to ensure your safety and the safety of everyone on board. A last-minute change like this, it's too risky. We'd need clearance from the FAA, coordination with local air traffic, and a full security assessment. I can't authorize that without proper protocol." Trump's eyes narrow, his hand dropping to his side. He steps closer, his voice rising slightly. "You're telling me no? I've flown on plenty of planes, Major. I know what's possible. I'm not asking for a landing. Just a quick flyover, make it happen." The tension in the cockpit is palpable. Captain Hayes shifts in her seat, her hands hovering over the controls, ready to assist if needed. The hum of the engines seems louder now, filling the silence between the two men. Carter doesn't flinch. He knows he's right, and he knows Trump needs to hear it. "Mr. President," Carter says, his tone unwavering, "I've flown this aircraft through storms, through threats, through every challenge imaginable. I've never compromised on safety, and I won't start now. Not even for a flyover. If we deviate without clearance, we risk everything." I'm sorry, sir, but my answer is no. Trump stares at Carter, his expression unreadable. For a moment, it feels like the standoff might escalate. The Secret Service agents outside the door shift slightly, sensing the tension, but then something shifts in Trump's demeanor. He straightens his lips, pressing into a thin line, and he nods slowly. "You're a tough one, Major." Trump says, his voice softer now, a hint of respect in his tone. "I like that. You're doing your job, keeping us safe. I can respect that." Carter exhales quietly, his shoulders relaxing just a fraction. "Thank you, sir," he says, his voice steady. "I appreciate your understanding." Trump adjusts his tie. His fingers linger on the fabric for a moment. He glances at the control panel. One last time, a subtle shift in his expression. "Keep us on course?" He says, his voice calmer now, but something unspoken fills the air. "Next time, maybe we'll plan that flyover ahead of time." He nods to Carter. Acknowledging the strength in his resolve, a silent respect fills the space between them. Trump turns to leave. The cockpit door shuts behind him. Secret Service follows in his wake. A hush falls over the cockpit. Carter and Hayes share a look. The tension finally breaks. For a moment, the weight of the world feels lighter. Carter returns his focus to the controls. But inside, something has shifted. A quiet pride stirs in his chest. He had stood his ground, not just for duty, but for something greater, for respect, for safety, for the truth. In that moment, Carter knew he had earned not just the president's respect, but his own, too. If this moment got your heart racing, don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling moments like this one. Drop a comment below. What would you have done in the pilot seat? Let's keep the conversation English, auto-generated.